Hi, welcome to valuationpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about all things related to business and valuation. My name is Melissa Gragg, a company valuation expert in St. Louis, Missouri. During this episode, we will discuss bankruptcy questions with Stephen White, who is actually an ESOP valuation expert and bankruptcy expert in Northern New Jersey. Welcome, Stephen.
Hello, and I'm excited about being here today.
But you talked a little bit about a couple types of business bankruptcies. So can you just tell us more about what is the difference between Chapter 11 bankruptcy and Chapter 7 bankruptcy?
Sure. Chapter 7 bankruptcy, I'll start there. Chapter 7 bankruptcy for a
Keep it easy for us. We don't know.
Chapter 7, I will honestly say that's the chapter that if you have a desire to want to continue operating your business, that's not Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is you are so far in debt and that there is no way for you to grow out of that overall business. So you have to therefore set up everything for a forced liquidation. And we've probably all seen these signs. You have the banners out, we're going out of business, fire sale, everything must go. Those are 9 times out of 10, those are businesses that have filed for Chapter 7.
No.
And the problem with that is that everything that you have, everything that you built your business on, the products that you actually have that you've already paid for, of course, you've created so much debt now. You don't have a say-so as far as how that process works. The trustee who's assigned to that through the bankruptcy court, excuse me, they automatically just put it out for sale. And they go through that process of selling. And whatever they receive back, and after they pay the administrative costs and legal associate and your attorney's fees, whatever's remaining then goes to the creditors. And then hopefully, you've been able to pay off everything at that point in time. Sometimes that's not necessarily the case, but everything goes. And as I mentioned to you before, if you collateral your home and things of that nature, that falls into play as well. And some people have lost their homes because they've over leveraged themselves. They created too much debt for their overall business. The other side, which is Chapter 11, and there are other chapters that involve, but these are two of the more primary corporate business bankruptcies that we come across. Chapter 11 is a little different. Chapter 11 is one of those types of situations you can do this. You can breathe.
Okay.
Because what happens now is that you file a petition for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and it's approved. There's 3 different phases that you can go through. You still may be in a process where you have a lot of debt, where you have to liquidate, but it's not a forced liquidation. This is more of an orderly liquidation. So that means then that whatever you're selling, you can sell it not at a deep discount, but at what maybe at a fair market value. And in addition to that, once you go through that process, and you don't have to sell it immediately, it takes time to give the Chapter 11 allows you time to sell those particular products. Another thing in that overall process is that not only are you selling those things, you're selling at a higher value. You may actually have an opportunity to renegotiate with your creditors, where you can reduce the amount that you actually owe them. And sometimes it may even drop it down significantly because you had an opportunity to negotiate that process with them. And then, of course, the other side of it, the third part of this, is the reorganization part. The reorganization part is, again, it's a breathing part where you can sit down, structure a plan on how you can actually get out of this. If you know that the business is not so far removed as to being in a Chapter 7, but you're not so far removed where you can structure your business and create a plan where you can get out of this, pay off your creditors, and have this business continue to flourish. And the beautiful thing about this is that depending on where you are, your location, there are a number of businesses that are out there right now that you go in, you shop in, you're buying their products, but they are under Chapter 11 as well. But no one ever knows. That's the great thing about Chapter 11. Like I said in the very beginning, bankruptcy is not a great thing, but it doesn't mean doom and gloom either. You do have an opportunity to restructure yourself, and that's the big difference between a Chapter 11 and a Chapter 7.